Last session, you met with the Council of Thanes in Thorbardin. The High Thane declared that if you retrieved the legendary Hammer of Karas from the Valley of Thanes, the dwarves would grant safe passage to the refugees. As a sign of good faith, Elliston volunteered to stay behind as a hostage to ensure your return. Setting out toward the valley, you traversed the grand dwarven roads and descended into the mist-shrouded burial grounds of dwarven nobility. Along the way, you encountered an open tomb from which the raspy voice of an undead dwarf emanated. Groukhaus recognized the spirit as Rata, a cursed soul seeking forgiveness for his misdeeds. You listened to his lengthy confessions and offered your forgiveness, helping him move closer to redemption. Continuing deeper, you heard weeping from another open tomb. Fisty warned you that powerful incorporeal undead resided within, and you wisely chose to avoid a confrontation. Pressing onward, you reached a serene lake at the center of the valley. There, a statue of Prince Graulan stood. Placing the helm upon the statue, it came to life and delivered a cryptic message. What you seek is above. Its only entrance is across the lake. Say, I mourn for Karas, and step through the unbroken arch. The statue then crumbled to dust. On the opposite shore, you discovered a ruined arch overgrown with plants. Working together, you reconstructed the arch. Upon speaking the phrase, I mourn for Karas, and stepping through, you were transported to a mist-shrouded, floating fortress high above the valley. Inside the fortress, a violet fog limited your vision to mere feet. Navigating carefully, you explored the ancient halls filled with tapestries and treasures, but refrained from disturbing anything. Climbing higher, you reached a grand fountain, where you retrieved a magical wand and potion. Along your journey, a mysterious dwarf appeared, the caretaker of the fortress. He acknowledged your presence with a wry sense of humor before disappearing back into the mist. Undeterred, you pressed on and eventually arrived at a grand chamber where the legendary Hammer of Karas floated, suspended in midair over a vast chasm. Stepping to the edge, Groukhaus extended his hand and repeated the phrase, I mourn for Karas. With a surge of will, he drew the hammer to him, snapping the invisible bonds that held it aloft. As the hammer came into Groukhaus's grasp, you noticed the skeletal remains of Karas himself nearby, his jaw dropping as if in silent acknowledgement. With the Hammer of Karas now in your possession, you stood poised to fulfill your promise to the Dwarven Council and secure safe passage for the refugees. That's where we ended the session.